Good morning, 7:15 Tuesday, February 25th. Today we're gonna make it over Albert Mountain. We're gonna do about 10 or 12 miles. Pretty windy, rained all last night. So stayed in the shelter. So let's get this day started. All right, 7:30, I'm gonna give you a little early morning walk this morning. You can see we got some clearer skies today than we had yesterday. Trail is not as muddy as I expected it to be. I reckon everything ran off pretty good last night. So right now the trail's doing pretty good. There was 6 of us in the shelter last night, and it was full. It says it's an 8-person shelter, but there's no way. We were in there shoulder to shoulder. So, Carter Gap shelter. It does leak, it drips a little bit. So if you come along, just be aware of that. Make sure you try to get out from under the drip. I love the moss on these trees, these tree stumps. Yep, got a log laying over the trail, so go up and around here. All right, let me get on. I got a cherry tree. At least I think it's a cherry tree. Growing all out of that rock. Yeah, it's 10 to 8. I don't know if you can see through all the fog out there. Some mountaintops. If it wasn't for the fog and the clouds, it'd be a great view. All right, just some more interesting trees here growing out of the rocks. Pretty big oak tree there. It's got this rock here swallowed up. Starting to hear a few birds. I've heard more today than I've heard so far. It's still early in the morning, but been walking through this thick stuff right here for a while. It says stand out a little bit when I pull the camera out. Looks like they've had some fire damage in here. Pretty extensive. Some point in time. All right, 10 after 8. Well, I reckon this is gonna be the theme of the day. All right, it's 9:30. We got some ups and downs, but we're essentially going up right now to the fire tower. But back in some pretty open hardwoods here. Got a block on the trail. Go around. But you can see pretty big valley, hollow, whatever you want to call it. There's my rock for today, maybe. All right, let me get on up this mountain. Behind us, but I don't know if you can see, we're fixing to walk into a fog bank right here. I'm about 1.2 from the top of Abbott Mountain. I just recorded some beautiful climbing up some rocks and stuff, and when I got to the top I realized I didn't hit record, so y'all missed out on that. But it was some interesting climbs. But this may be an interesting little walk down. Definitely wet feet today, but I have on waterproof socks today. I put them on after all that rain yesterday. My shoes was wet. Someone asked me, and I don't remember who it was Mark Cummings or who. But the first day in the rain, I wear my regular darn tough socks. They're okay, but in the mornings when I get up the next day, my shoes are wet. I won't be in the rain. I put on my waterproof socks. Water dripping off this here. But my waterproof socks have worked well. They're just REI. The ones I got are REI. I don't know an REI brand, I don't think. But they are working well. My feet haven't had any problems, and that's what I wear when my shoes are wet, and the second day is going to be bad wet. Let me get on up this mountain. All right. Top of that mountain is Abbott Mountain. 0.2 from right down here in this gap. As you can see, half the mountain's foggy, half the mountain's not. But that's the unofficial 100-mile mark from Springer Mountain. All right, this is what you gotta go up to get to that tower. No, I'm not gonna film it. All right, Screwball here. You see behind me, pretty good views. I am at Abbott Mountain Fire Tower. I'm on top of it. It's 10:40. So let me turn this around and give you some better shots. 10:40, we made it to the top of Abbott Mountain. I've climbed the fire tower. This is the unofficial 100-mile mark since we left Springer Mountain. It's actually 99.2 by the paperwork. But you can see, but when you turn it there, it's just fogged in on that side of the mountain. I'm gonna zoom that in a little bit. Some gorgeous views from up here. There's my pack at the bottom. And they got the door locked. All right, let me get down, move on down the mountain. All right, here's my little things moment of the day. Pretty interesting little tree. That's my little things moment of the day. All right, it's 12:30. We just had lunch at a little shelter. And we're going down the Rock Gap shelter. Up on the mountains, you know, it's just too foggy to really get any views. It's cleared up. It's a pretty day. A lot of folks ask how well the trail is marked, how you going to stay on the trail. But y'all can see the trail has been very well traveled. So if you're on the trail, you know you're on it. You're not walking through woods looking for stuff. And each, so far, there's a white blaze on a tree. And here you have two white blazes. And when you have two white blazes on a tree, that means there's an intersecting trail or a cross trail. And In this case, the Appalachian Trail goes straight while the cross trail goes across. If the top white blaze was on the right, that means that the Appalachian Trail would turn right. Or if it was on the left, it means the Appalachian Trail would turn left. And that tells you which way you want to go. This looks like Glass Main Gap Low Branch Trail. So that's the low branch trail going that way. You may be able to see the blue, such as that, the blue blazes for the other trails. But then when you cross, you'll see the white blaze up here. And that's how you make sure you're on the right trail. All right, Screwball here. We done a 12.1 mile day today, and went ahead and got off at Rock Gap. Rock Gap shelter is where we was headed, which was just 0.1 miles before the gap. Not a very good looking shelter, so we decided to come on in, make an extra night out of it, figure out what our next step is. Probably Friday before I get back on trail, but the temperatures are supposed to get pretty cold, so I may do some slack packing and come back in. My quilt hasn't been that warm, and it's supposed to get down in the teens, so I'm probably not going to chance it. But we're at Gooder Grove Hostel, and got off trail about 3 o'clock today. Had a good day, made 100 miles. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.